for NJ Sports Now on this Wednesday, October the 7th. In years past, October the 7th, early October, just the beginning of Yankee playoff baseball. Obviously this year, that is not the case. They go down, shut out on Tuesday night in the first playoff game of the 2015 season, shut down by Dallas Keuchel, a left-handed pitcher that if you had watched them play Keuchel and face Keuchel this year, you're not too surprised. If you watched the Yankees throughout September, you're not too surprised. And really, if you had paid attention to the Yankees this entire year through spring training to now, you shouldn't be surprised that they didn't have a run that led them deep into October. The Yankees were a flawed baseball team, and beneath the surface, they are doing their best to rebuild from years of having an older baseball team, trying to kind of rebuild on the fly without not competing. And this year, believe it or not, and you won't believe it, from the boos you heard in the Bronx last night, which I thought were ridiculous for a baseball team that won 87 games, made the postseason, #1 wild card in the American League, after being projected by almost everyone to not make the playoffs, to be about a 500 team. Many experts said this team would finally dip below 500 for the first time since 1992. The Yankees exceeded expectations in a year where they had injuries, in a year where they had their #1 pitcher in terms of innings, CC Sabathia, enter alcohol rehab before the playoffs, in which they had their best hitter or second best hitter in Mark Teixeira leave and get hurt in August. Their second or first best hitter, however you want to rank them, Alex Rodriguez, is 40 years old. The Yankees weren't supposed to be here, but I think the problem is we still look at the Yankees in the prism of the old Yankees, of the dynastic Yankees, of a team that every year, basically from 1995, 96 through around 2007, you thought going into the year it was not crazy to say this team should win the World Series or can win the World Series. That really extended, again, it came back after a tough year in 08. 09 they were there. 10, 11 they were there. But over the last few years, a combination of the team deteriorating and the rules of baseball changing, the Yankees changed. They're a very ordinary team. I think a pretty good and well-run and on the path to sustained, consistent contention ordinary team. They're a higher-end ordinary team, but they're not that Yankees team anymore. To boo them and to say this season was a failure is missing the big picture. This team wasn't supposed to be where they were on Tuesday night, losing to Dallas Keuchel. In theory, it's hard to imagine Yankees fans thinking like that. But if you're thinking about this practically and you're sitting back and saying, what did I expect out of the Yankees? Most of you would have said, wow, they made the playoffs. I didn't expect that. They did that. They were overmatched when they got there. And now they move on to 2016. It might be better. It might not. But for 2015, the Yankees were not disappointments in any way, shape, or form. I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports Now.